Welcome to District Dialogues. I am Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr., representing District 5. District 5 includes parts of the city of South Fulton, Southwest and Southeast Atlanta, East Point, Union City, and College Park. Some of the great landmarks in District 5 include Zoo Atlanta, the former Fort McPherson, which is now home to Tyler Perry Studio, the Porsche headquarters, Camp Creek Marketplace, and of course, my favorite, the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. During this show, we hope to share information about organizations, initiatives, and resources in Fulton County, but specifically in District 5, and for areas that I champion for Fulton County. So let's get straight to it. I'm a proud member of the Justice and Public Safety Committee for the National Association of Counties, also known as NACO. In our Justice and Public Safety segment, we like to share information from our partners that provide resources and information about justice and public safety. Please meet Sharice Williams, Director of Victim Witness Assistance Program for Fulton County's District Attorney's Office. Welcome to the show, Ms. Williams.
Thanks for having me, Commissioner.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to see you here. I see you in the halls all the time.
You do.
But now we get to learn a little bit more about what you do every day. So what is the purpose of the Victim Witness Advocate program?
Well, the purpose for the Advocate Program with the Prosecuting Attorney's Office is to make sure that we service our victims and witnesses of crime. So in the Fulton County DA's office, we play that liaison between the victim and witness and the attorneys that work the cases. And ultimately, we're a voice for those victims who aren't able to be heard and just assisting them in the process of the criminal justice system. So that sums it up.
All right, and tell us about the unveiling of the Blazers event that was recently held.
Yes, we did have recently a Blazers event, which was really nice to be able to have our advocates kind of commemorated for the work that they do. So it's basically supposed to show or be a light to victims and witnesses in the courthouse so that they can easily recognize us. And I know you see with the green and the gold that they can easily recognize who we are so that they don't have to try to figure out where the advocates are. We're there for them. If they have any questions, we're ultimately there to help them. And so this and the purpose for the unveiling was to make sure that, we saw the importance of being an advocate and serving our victims. And we wanted to do something for the victim advocates in the DA's office to show that your role is important. And one way to do that is to kind of solidify it with the blazer.
I love it. I think it makes perfect sense. You're in the courtroom, all those people in there, and so it makes perfect sense. So what led you to become the director of the Victim Witness Program?
Well, mostly all my life I've been doing work with psychology and law and doing a lot of work. I used to work with what we call defendants at a prison, and I was able to come and be a part of the DA's office and ultimately kind of service our victims who kind of are the grunt of what's happened in our community. And being able to voice their opinions, making sure that they're serviced, making sure they're able to easily transition back into life after being victimized is a very important thing for me, and it's important for an advocate to do. So I thought it was important to be a part of something like that. When I found out about the opportunity, I was like, I have to jump on it. And it just goes along with everything that I appreciate, which is being a voice for people, trying to combine psychology and law and, social services and law. And one way to do that is through advocacy.
And so tell us again, if you will, the difference. You have the green blazer, and some people have yellow or gold blazers?
Yes. Gold blazer is where most of our victim advocates who are staff members of the DA's office, they have the gold blazer. The green blazer is for our supervisors who over certain divisions in our office. So you'll see me with the green blazer. You see our other advocates who are mostly in the courtrooms. You'll see them with the gold blazer.
You told us already about what the Victim Witness Assistance Program does. Are there any other services that you all provide and that you all maybe announced at the ceremony?
We did had a grant that we just were awarded from the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, which is going to increase that kind of collaboration with the community and ourselves, which is one of the biggest things that we're trying to work on this year, is being able to service victims who don't even make it into the courthouse. And so a lot of that requires us to be out in the community, out in the police precincts, and advocating for those people whose cases, don't make it to our office. And so the grant we received was a Violence Against Women grant, where it's going to help us in regards to servicing some of our victims with TPOs and making sure that the person that they have this TPO against is getting served, and then also educating the police departments and certain other areas on the importance and the severity of domestic violence to ensure that we're able to assist them the best way possible. And then ultimately we want to build or better build some of our counseling services that we provide to our victims, because a lot of the times when you're victimized, trauma is a big part of it. And so giving them that counseling and those kind of sources is something that we're trying to aim to do this year.
Well, the DA's office certainly is leading the charge in that role, and victims have rights too, right? And so we certainly appreciate all that you and District Attorney Howard are doing to help and assist our victims. What other areas in the justice system do you think could better benefit from helping victims?
I think that sometimes the length of time that it takes for a case to be disposed is kind of the most difficult part. And so when our victims are educated on kind of the process of the criminal justice system, it makes it easier for those people to kind of digest what's going on and what's happening. I think that's a big part, with just making sure that we're actively, working cases, and that we're actively keeping everyone abreast of what's going on in our community and with these cases. And so I think we all can, make sure that we're better at, working those cases, making sure that we're able to communicate with them, and just helping them throughout the process. A lot of people, once we educate them on how things are going and kind of are there to support them throughout the process, it makes it a lot more smoother. So I think that's something we can work on.
Well, education is certainly an important piece in any part. How can people find out more about the Victim Witness Assistance Program? We
are everywhere in the courthouse, but we also have a website that we have utilized, and it's our DA website for Fulton County. There's this particular site there for us where we kind of educate people on some of the types of hearings, the types of support that we have, whether it's counseling, helping out with victims' compensation, which is a very, very big thing that a lot of our victims are wondering and inquiring about. And it gives you just a full synopsis of our program and the kind of services that we provide.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Ms. Williams. But more importantly, thank you for the work that you do helping our victims in Fulton County.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Stay with us for the D5 Spotlight. In our D5 Spotlight, we give recognition to organizations and/or individuals who are striving to empower our communities and our county. Our next guest is Annette Wilson, CEO of the United Youth of America. Welcome to the show, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you for inviting me.
So tell us about United Youth of America. What is it, and why did you start it?
United Youth of America been around since 1996. My dad started it first. He worked with President Obama when he was a senator in Chicago. I took it over in 2007 and changed the program a little bit around according to what, I felt like was better for the youth.
All right. And tell us about some of those changes, like the pre-apprentice summer program, and what are some of the other changes that you made?
Yes, I added the apprenticeship program and also the pre-apprenticeship program in culinary arts. So what we do is train young people ages 16 to 24 in culinary arts management. We have a pre-apprenticeship, which is an 8-week program that also comes with job placement in the 5th week. And we also have apprenticeship program, which more in depth, that goes more into culinary arts certifications, nutrition certifications, also serve safe management, and at the end of that program, you get your sous chef certification.
All right. And so what is the process for one to apply for the pre-apprenticeship program or even the apprenticeship program? How would a Fulton County resident find out more information about that process?
What you have to do is go down to WIOA Workforce Development, which is off of Martin Luther King Drive, and tell them that you want to be part of the Culinary Arts Program. I am one of the providers on the eligibility list. So you go down there and you tell them about the program, and then you can go ahead and qualify. What make you qualify, you got to be a Fulton County resident, ages 16 to 24 for the pre-apprenticeship program.
Okay. And tell us about the people that you serve, or the demographics of the people that you serve. Where do they come from, and what type of people are they?
They are pretty much low-income, disadvantaged young youth who just need an opportunity. A lot of young youth need directions, so this is a part of getting them started with this program. What I really like about the program, that we learning and you training at the same time. So you're not just come to class every day. You come to class like one day out of a week, and you working 30 hours a week. So the young people really like the working experience piece.
Yes.
And they get the chance to get certified and a job. You can't beat that.
You can't beat that. So how can people find out more about United Youth of America?
You can go to the website, or you can come to the location, which is on 2805 Metropolitan Parkway in Atlanta, Georgia, 30315. Or you can go to the website, which is www.uyoa.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much for what you're doing for our community. Certainly building a trade and teaching people transferable skills like cooking is a great way for them to earn a living and provide for themselves and their families. So we thank you for the work that you're doing in Fulton County.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me here.
We're happy to have you. Thank you to United Youth of America for all that you're doing for our children.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with our Arts and Culture segment. Stay tuned. I am the board executive sponsor of Arts and Culture for Fulton County. Additionally, I serve as the vice chair of the Atlanta Fulton County Recreation Authority and a member of the Arts Commission for the National Association of Counties, or NACO. As such, I like to share with you arts and culture organizations and programs that are benefiting the residents of Fulton County. Today, please meet Mr. Tony Jordan, the director of the South Fulton Arts Center. Welcome to the show, Tony.
Thank you for having me.
It is always a pleasure to have you, and always great to see all of the wonderful things you're doing at the South Fulton Arts Center. So, for the benefit of our audience, where is the South Fulton Arts Center located?
It's actually located at 4645 Butner Road in the city of South Fulton, and it was established in 1993.
So it's been around for a while. What type of programs are offered at the South Fulton Arts Center?
Well, we have two different structure formats. One where we offer classes in various forms of art discipline, being theater, visual arts, film and photography, audio recording, ballet, just a host of programs. And we also do theater workshops as well.
Well, sounds like y'all are keeping busy
Yeah.
at the South Fulton Arts Center.
Definitely.
What programs do we have for seniors
Oh, man.
at the South Fulton Arts Center?
We have some amazing programs. We have the Living Out Loud initiative, which is geared towards seniors. And so we have a range from pottery classes, from Zumba classes, from visual arts and poetry, some painting. We just have a lot of unique programs for seniors. And we actually had a great deal of seniors who come out and participate in our lunch that we're actually doing annually.
Awesome. That pilot program is great, and I'm very happy that we were able to implement it, but I'm looking forward to expanding it.
I'm definitely happy about that.
What type of programming will the audience find at the South Fulton Arts Centers that differs maybe from the other programming offered at other art centers in Fulton County?
Currently, we also we offer a lot of array of programs with all the art centers, but one of the things I wanted to do was to focus on film and photography. In the state of Georgia, the creative economy is generating about $20 billion annually, so I was just thinking it would be a great initiative for us at the South Fulton Art Center to do something that could possibly inspire a young person or a participant to either want to pursue it on a collegiate level or, you know, just join the workforce in the film industry. So film is the focus for sure.
All right, and tell us, if you will, what is your background and what new programs and initiatives have you implemented during your tenure at the South Fulton Art Center?
My education is mass communications with a focus on video and audio, and I have a degree in criminal justice and a minor in sociology. And so with that, what I plan to do is just kind of further expand, maybe to enhance some of the programs that we have. We offer classes, but I would like to see us go on a project-based learning structure model. That way, you know, the participants that start together can actually finish and possibly create partnerships with the workforce in Fulton County.
And so how can our audience find out more about the South Fulton Art Center and all of the great programming and things that you're doing there?
We have FultonArts.org, which is FultonArts.org. We're always listing our upcoming events, our annual events, their schedules and times, and most of our events are free and open to the public.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that you do, Mr. Jordan, and working with the arts and making sure that our youth and our seniors have access to the arts.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Harrington.
When we come back, our motivational moment segment. Stay with us. Stay tuned. As we conclude today's show, we would like to receive words of inspiration and motivation from Pastor Ellis Brown of Solid Rock Ministries, located in Cabbagetown in Atlanta, Georgia.
Thanks, Commissioner. It's great to have this opportunity to say something that hopefully will encourage the older people to continue to walk in the path of righteousness so that we can lead those who come behind us. If we don't lead them in the path of righteousness, then they are going to fall away. If they fall away, it will be our fault. So please, please, let us lead them in the way that they should go. If we don't, it will be nobody's fault but ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Brown. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to invite you to stay connected with my office. You can reach us by phone, email, website, and through our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also, I'd like to thank all the women who participated in our first Black Girl Magic Forum. It was a huge success. Thanks for watching District Dialogues. We'll see you next time.
Let's talk about Black Girl Magic. BGM, the BGM is everything. It is culture, it is style, it is attitude. It means everything, and it's a movement, and it's game changing. And let us sprinkle you with it. Let us sprinkle you with it.
My definition is involvement in one's community, involvement in one's family, and what we've heard and seen here today is that these are women who happen to be of color, but they're concerned about their community, they're concerned about their families, and they're concerned about their kids, and not only their kids, but kids in their community.
My name is Cassandra Kirk. I am Chief Magistrate Judge in Fulton County. And first, I'm incredibly honored to be able to be included in this panel to understand the power of the women's vote and to understand the coalescing of the Black women together to support each other. This has been an opportunity that I would not have thought would have been afforded to me, and so I am thankful for the Commissioner to be included. But it also means that women are taking back their vote and that Black people are taking the voting matter seriously.
I think we're just at a wonderful time in history where Black women are doing what we've always done, but actually getting noticed for it and just taking the forefront in so many different areas, whether that be the law, government, politics. And so I'm here, I'm very excited and honored to be part of this panel.
We're here. We ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.